promote promote, if God so moves on you to do so, run for public office. And because we need pro-life politicians. Picket abortion clinics. When you have the chance, the opportunity to join pro-life organizations, help women, find alternatives to abortion. And like I get back to what I said a while ago, vote for pro-life candidates. And help start a crisis pregnancy center. If there's not one already started. We could use a pro-life pregnancy. I don't think you have too many of them. We could always start another one here in Lamar or in Darling County. Help to start pro-life pregnancy centers in our area. Listen, nobody has to do all these things. And nobody probably can do all these. I can't do all these things. And nobody can, but everybody ought to do something. We can all do something. If it ain't nothing but make a phone call or write a letter or speak when the topic comes up and you have the opportunity to speak to it. As a child of God, as a Christian. The lights are on. The door's open. I will close this one final word. And I feel incumbent to say, especially for those who may happen to see this video, abortion is not the unpardonable sin. Okay? We need to make that very, very plain. It's not the unpardonable sin. It may sound as if I think it is sometimes, but I don't. I don't think it's the unpardonable sin. Abortion is a sin, but it's not the worst sin, believe it or not. It's not unpardonable. In the Bible, it's nowhere singled out, as I mentioned a while ago, for special treatment of any kind. But nowhere is Romans 3:23, and I quoted Romans 3:23 last week, and it seemed to fall into place right here. Nowhere is it more needed than in the discussion over abortion. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. That applies to you, whether you've ever had an abortion or not. It applies to me. I could not have an abortion because I couldn't get pregnant, but whatever I've done in my life, it still applies to me. Good, bad, pretty, or ugly. We've all sinned. We're all in the same boat. We've come short of the glory of God. And in the end, we're all driven to the cross. Once again, it comes right back to the cross. In the end, we're all driven back to the cross of Jesus Christ. Back to the cross of Calvary. The ground, as I've said so many times before, a songwriter said many years ago, the ground is level at the foot of the cross. So we all stand there in need of forgiveness. And if there are those who will but say, I have sinned, you'll hear the Father say, you are forgiven. Hallelujah. Aren't you glad for grace? Aren't you glad for grace? Let's never be guilty of, as passionate as what I am and what we are, many of us, about this particular topic, we never want to give the impression or the excuse to those who either have considered this or are considering, or those who have committed this sin. We never want to give them the impression they're without hope. We never want to give them the impression that God still doesn't love them. He does. He does. He still loves them. And He still cares for them. He still wants them to be saved. And so it doesn't matter what your past is. It doesn't matter what you've done or where you've been. It doesn't even matter where some have maybe slept that last night. Doesn't matter. You can be forgiven. You can always be forgiven. Right here, right now, in one shiny moment, wherever that person may be, by way of video, if they're watching, if you're watching, wherever you are watching the video, right there, you can find forgiveness in Jesus Christ. You can be forgiven. So, I don't know of anyone right here immediately who probably should be struggling with guilt because of abortion. I don't know everything. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know it all. If you are struggling with the guilt of abortion, I've got good news for you. God still loves you. If by way of video you're struggling with abortion, I've got good news for you. God loves you. And if you're struggling with the issue of guilt over abortion, He's never stopped loving you. He never will. So, the lights are on. The door's open in the Father's house this morning. He's standing at the door waiting for those who need His forgiveness. You know, I'm reminded of two things when I say the lights on, the door's open. Motel 6 used to have the slogan, I don't know if they still do now or not, but used to have a slogan, a little song. It said, we'll leave the light on for you. Or God will leave the light on for you. Hallelujah. And then there's a little program that it came on very popular when I was much younger, in my 20s. And they've reinstituted it now. There's a little show used to come on called Full House. Y'all remember that show? Isn't that a right cute little show? Well, now it's Fuller House. And it's on now. Candace Cameron Bure, who played as a little girl in the original Full House, she now is the mother in that household. And when someone knocks on their door, in each episode somebody knocks on the door, they'll be sitting on the couch and they say, it's always open. It's always open. Now, some places that might not be too safe to say now, Dave. But there ain't too many thieves and murder robbers going to come knocking on your door in most cases. But that's why I'm reminded of it. With God, the light's on. It's always on. He'll leave the light on for you. And the door's always open. Hallelujah. Stand together with us. Thank you, Father.